All right, let's see. Lucas Numbers is. How come everybody who submits a game is black and they win? What's going on here? And why aren't these games played on Lead Chess where they're supposed to be played? Everybody's playing on chess.com. Okay, so this was suggested, or this was put on by Lucas Numbers. He's 1803, his opponent 1761, and the time control is a 10-minute game. All right.
I should have brought one of my games. They're at home. My real games.
Okay, it's a Slav London. All right, it's the boring world of Niels Bohr. Ooh, it got less boring. Now, when you play Queen B6, if you play Queen B6, and your opponent lets you play Queen takes B2, you must play Queen takes B2.
Yay,
Otherwise,
party.
why'd you play Queen B6? To not play Queen takes B2? Okay. Now, the engine does not play Queen takes B2. So that means Queen B6 probably wasn't the right move. However, if I'm black here and the engine says don't play Queen takes B2, I'm playing Queen takes B2 because I play Queen B6. I play Queen B6 not to play Queen takes B2. So, like, Karen gives me the same, like, it's the same in poker. Karen and I go to play poker and, you know, she has 7 deuce off. And before it gets to her, it goes raise, re-raise, all in. And she goes all in too. And I'm like, why'd you go in all in with 7 deuce off? And she says, I didn't come here to fold. So there you go. And if she wants to, yeah, they know it's a joke. If she wanted to fold, she'd be doing laundry, which she does every day. Would you say you're involved in laundry, 5, 6, or 7 days a week?
6.
Well,
I do a lot of laundry.
I do laundry 6 days a year.
I do so much laundry.
Yeah, I'm doing laundry right now, by the way.
I hate
Tell
doing
them
laundry.
I'm doing laundry right now.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah. Magic. All right, let's see. J4Y Bruz. Probably supposed to say J Bruise or something.
Because I do my kids' laundry.
Yeah, thanks.
The sheet.
Yeah.
I do the household laundry.
Blue Dev 22 subscribed. Hooray. You guys are the best. Okay. All right, so black played Queen takes B2. The engine says, no. But yeah, you got to do that. Okay, C4, that's no good. If somebody's going to put their queen there, you have to harass it. You can't just let them take and then go back and win. After rook B1, even though black is up a pawn, the engine prefers white. Because my king is here, which isn't too good. My queen's semi-trapped. And, I mean, this was, I mean, what Karen would call this a semi-bluff. Like her 7 deuce off. Her move was so strong, the 7 deuce off all in, that the guy who went all in before her folded. If your opponent makes an illegal move in blitz chess, you can claim a win. In a slow tournament, you might notice the illegal move, but you like his illegal move. You're like, ooh, that's good. And you don't say anything. You could say that's illegal, you can't do that. Then he has to make a good move. So it would be to your advantage to just not say it's illegal and keep playing and hope nothing happens. Is that like bad sportsmanship? I hope so. Yeah. Anyway, after all that discussion, it still likes white here.
Hey, now hang on 1 second. There's a question of how do you share a viewer games? You have to go on Discord and there's a channel on there, and you have to be a sub, which you are. Fina, Gizmos.
All right, nobody said, okay. Now you have to realize something that none of you realize and none of you ever will. And I'm going to tell you, and you're going to ignore it, and the rest of your life you'll be ignorant. Now, if I tell them and they ignore it, they're not ignorant, they're dumb, right? Because if they're ignorant, they don't know. If I tell them, they do know, but they still ignore it. So if I tell you Biden's the president, then you say, no, Jimmy Carter's the president. And then I'm like, here, Biden's the president. Look, I show you. And you're like, no, Jimmy Carter's the president. I mean, you could be ignorant. Maybe you were in a coma for 50 years. Or you could be dumb and just be like, no, that's, right. And that's like 35% of the country still think Trump's the president. Are they dumb or ignorant? A little of both. Would you say people who think Trump is the president are more dumb or ignorant? More of which one?
Define the two terms for me.
Ignorant means you don't have knowledge of the event, and if you did, you wouldn't be wrong. I mean, like, dumb is you're dumb.
So dumb
is like dumb is like if you say what color is that and I say it's red, you go okay, then I go what color is it and you're like it's blue. That's not ignorant. If you said I don't know the colors, I'm colorblind, what color is that? You're ignorant. You don't know. You can't, Yeah, so it's a little of both. All right. Now, for example, I stream in here every day from the chess center, and every day the same 5 people say, are you in the chess center or in your house? Right? They're dumb and ignorant. They got both going. All right. Now, when you play queen b6 and your opponent doesn't stop that, you got to take that. Otherwise, queen b6 is bad. Okay. And then you did take that, which I agree with, and your opponent played c4, which is not explosive. It's not. Okay, bishop b4, trapping the queen further. Make sure the queen can't get out. The engine says there's no way to punish that, so that's funny. Scary move. a4, I think, is a tale told by an idiot signifying nothing. What? a4? All right, that's got nothing to do with anything.
So poetic.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cd. I would play ed. No, it doesn't like ed. Well, it says they're getting close. All right, CD is good. What? The square that black has protected the most. That's where he went. Huh? All right, I don't know. And that move's a mistake. That's what white was hoping for. Like, basically any other capture is good. In this position, taking here, taking with the knight. The reason this is bad is it gives up a square, and that's the topic of a lot of my lectures. Catamine 1 subscribed. Just got back from Louisiana, and you're still alive? All right. Now, notice in the previous position, Karen, there was a pawn on d5. Now there is not.
So c4.
Yeah, so knight c4 is annoying, right? Karen knows annoying. She's married to me. So she knows, that's why she's like c4. All right. Knight c4 was played. So white played for one trick and black fell into it. Good, good. Luckily, tricks are for kids. Now, white's not winning, but now with the moves bishop b4 and de4, black's trying to lose his queen. He's probably not going to, because trying is the first step to failure. Okay, queen c3. And then bishop d2, and that does win the queen, but at what price? So that's actually a mistake, and white's never going to see it's a mistake, even when I explain it. The engine wants to play knight h4 because the knight's attacked. Then bishop d2 would be, that's a threat, okay? But he was in a hurry, and now black can just take all of white's pieces. I'm not saying he did, I'm saying he could. And he did. Yeah. See, if the knight was on h4, black couldn't do any of that. So he'd have to stop bishop d2. All right. So this is very good for black, because not only is black a pawn ahead, but his 2 bishops and the knight just crush the queen. These are just great. Every piece can go everywhere. And the 2 isolated pawns, etc. Okay, rook c1, and he played bishop b4. Actually, he could take on d4. I know why he didn't, because he was afraid of a skewer. But, e5 is pretty safe. Okay, this is still good. Everything's good. Everybody's good. g4 is a bit suspicious. Bishop d5 is passive, but all right. Should play knight d5. Still winning. g6, very aggressive. Now white wants to get his queen trapped. That's impressive. Bishop d2 is the best move because that's a serious threat. Yeah, so white might get his queen trapped, then he's in trouble. Put it in h. Man, black's greedy. Okay, now that move doesn't make a lot of sense because that doesn't matter. These pieces could get to good positions, so we don't want that. This rook can't be backed up. Like, he can't go here because there's a bishop there. So rook c8 would be good. That gets rid of the rook. Yeah. This move allows white to get into the maneuver knight g4 to f6. Very risky. And you can't play knight f6 right away because I take it, but it's potentially. Okay, good. Now it's unclear. Bishop f4. And now actually black is losing. That's the losing move. It actually loses to everything. And what happens is when you get positions where one side has 3 pieces for a queen or a rook and 2 pieces for a queen, which is also 3 pieces, the engine always says the pieces are winning in most positions. And in those positions where the side with the pieces is winning, practically when the players are lower rated, they win with the queen. When a lower rated player has 3 pieces, they're like, what? They can't coordinate the 3 pieces. Now, the only thing that black has to worry about is getting checkmated. White's not going to queen a pawn. White's not going to take anything. So either black gets checkmated or he doesn't get checkmated. He wins easily because the queen's trapped. And he has a million pieces. And this move actually hangs checkmate. Now, Karen, which black piece is preventing knight f6?
The knight.
The knight on e4. So if this knight wasn't here, you would agree knight f6 check is pretty good.
Yeah.
Right. Now, unfortunately, put your fingers over your ears. The winning move for white here, although it says lots of moves win, is f3.
Yeah.
Because that attacks the knight, and the knight can't move away. And then white, it's announcing checkmate. Because I'm going to take this knight and checkmate you. So, it's not good. Yeah. Now, here's the other problem with bishop f4. This is the big problem. You ready for the big problem? Okay. When black played bishop f4, he thought, I'm threatening bishop takes rook. But he's not. The reason knight f6 fails is I take the knight, and if you take back, I win your queen. But if your bishop's not on f4, then knight f6 does work. So if white plays random legal move, okay, walking into the, just, that was a really bad random legal move. Okay. And then you take the rook, then this wins for white. White's checkmating black. Take. And then this gives Karen bad memories of your game with Mr. Morrison. See that?
Yeah.
Truth hurts. Okay. So bishop f4 double question mark. Losing the game.
I was just looking at that game today.
Okay. Now here, white played the worst move in chess history. And I actually sent that to Nepomniachtchi and Firouzja. And they said, yes, this move is worse than our game. Okay, now remember that stuff I just said? White didn't see any of that stuff. So white played knight f6 anyway. And then black played bishop takes queen. So this is shocking. This is like white is France and white thinks the win is imminent. And then Switzerland plays this and they go, no, c'est pas bon. Terrible, man. Yeah, it's funny. After the match, they interviewed the French manager, and he could only get out one ribbit. I mean, he was so upset. Ribbit. What? All right. By the way, if you saw the movie Blazing Saddles, Harvey Korman's taking a bath, and for reasons I don't understand, Slim Pickens is washing him and stuff. And then Harvey Korman gets very upset because he can't find his froggy that he plays with in the tub. He's like, where's my froggy? And Slim Pickens puts his hand in there, and Harvey Korman goes, You know, like, what are you doing? Because he's grabbing something else. And then he says, oh, sorry, sir. Then eventually they find the froggy. And Harvey Korman says, froggy, ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. And then the scene ends. Yeah. Go froggy. Man, Slim Pickens and Harvey Korman. That's pretty good. All right. Okay, and then White played F3 for some reason. What? White play F3 instead of resigning. What? Now he resigned. Maybe he wanted to blame his loss on F3. Man, never play F6, never play F3. So I think when White played here, White thought he was threatening this and didn't see the bishop would take the queen. So Black made it obvious for him by moving the bishop closer to the queen. But then he still didn't get it. And then here he probably got it. Yeah. Not sure why he played here and then resigned. He's like, oh, I'm losing my d pawn. Now I resign. Yeah. So basically everybody hung all their pieces every move. And then when White had no pieces left, he gave up. Good game.
Yay, Lucas.
Yeah. Let's see.
You won.
Isn't it you cheese-eating surrender monkeys? Yeah. Okay, so here's what happened, Karen.
Yeah.
He was trying to reference something. In The Simpsons, there's some problem with, I don't know, paying the teachers or something. So they just get people to fill in. So Willie the janitor, the groundskeeper Willie, he's the French teacher. Doesn't speak French, and he's got a Scottish accent. So he's standing in front of the class and he says, "Bonjour, you cheese-eating surrender monkeys." That's what he says to the class. Yeah. Go Willie. Also, he ate your dog. He ate his guts. He ate the mess you left on the floor. Oh, you hate my dog. That's what I said.
Hey, Frankly, a go-go. I know I owe you an email. I also owe 3 people an email that want to sponsor
Only 3?
a lecture. Well, I'm behind on my emails and can't help it. That's the way it is.
If you send the money in advance, she might answer the emails. She won't, but she might.
That's not it. I'm just real tired. I'm behind. Can't help it.
Okay, the next game. Let's see. What happened? Which one is this? I guess he's White. Yeah?
Definitely.
Well, I don't know what his name is.
Shane. It's going to be Shane.
Yeah?
Definitely.
He left the stream for a long time, so I got this kid to come in and say, "Come back, Shane," and then he did.
Yeah.
So that was good. I've never even seen Shane, but I still make the joke. All right, paste. Yeah.
Yeah, flip it.
Yeah, Shane. Shane on you. All right, I don't know who won, but it looks like White won after Bishop takes d3, which doesn't make any sense. All right, so what was the time control? Bullet. White 643, Black is 800. So this says Black made a move and then resigned in a bullet game. That's hard to do. Make a move and resign before your opponent moves. Shows their great bullet skills. Wait, this looks like I'm White. What's funny is he's still playing better than usual, the guy with White. Yeah, really. Yeah. All right, Black has forced mate. Yeah, the forced mate is b5, only legal move. Okay, d5 check. Wait, that's not. It doesn't say mate anymore. Oh, b4 check. I misread. King a4, only legal move. Okay. Then there's 2 forced mates. The quickest one is knight d7, threatening knight c5 mate and knight b6 mate. The only way to stop either mate is to go here. That way you have the b5 square.
Okay.
That's pretty nice. Now, there's several mate in 2s. One of them is bishop here, and then you pre-move rook takes mate. And the other one's funnier. Queen here, with the idea of castling, but you can't. Then you can also pre-move this move mate. You're just defending the square.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So he played d5, also winning. Now there's mate again. Everything is mate. That's not mate. It's only like plus 1,000. Knight A5 check is forced mate. Knight D4 check is forced mate. D4 check is forced mate. Yeah, that move doesn't make any sense. Got to play C3. Get your king out. I mean, before that, all his moves were perfect. But that move doesn't make any sense. That's fine. There's only one mate and 2 here. And nobody would ever play it except that engine. There's only one mate and 2. It's taking this.
Yeah.
That gets rid of this square. So you're threatening queen B4 mate. Queen C5 mate. Queen D4 mate. It's a lot of mates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so he played queen B4, also mate. Queen D4, also mate. And now queen takes his checkmate. It's good because white went back to where he once belongs, right? He got back to E2. No! Yeah, so instead of playing mate in 1, he played knight G4. Now, what's funny is I've looked at all of Shane's games, and this is the best one he's ever played. That's amazing. Okay, king E1, hanging the mate that the guy threatened. Like the guy played here because he wanted to play mate, and then he didn't. That's why he played knight G4. C3 forcing queen F2 mate, and then he's like no. Then queen F2 mate again. All right. Now white's actually better after F3, but never play F3. Oh, he did. That's actually equal. Yeah, white's up 2 pieces and it's equal. D4 hanging his queen. After bishop takes D3, it says black gave up. Why would you take on D3 then give up? I understand he's losing, but yeah. Anyway, that's the best game that he's ever played, the guy with white. So, and he won pretty convincingly, I'd say. That king made a lot of moves. Yeah. This is why I like viewer game analysis, because people submit games like this. Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Who's the guy who really hates when people do this? There's a guy on this stream who gets really mad.
Oh, really?
It's like 2,300. What's his name? Who's the guy who gets mad? Man Moth. Oh, yeah. Man Moth is furious.
He's on here too.
Oh, yeah, he's furious. Why are you sending these
I didn't
games?
see any fury, but I wasn't paying close attention.
Mm-hmm. Man Moth has never been so angry. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, it is kind of.
He's like, why do you send these games and then you waste everybody's time?
Aww.
And so forth.
I like them.
You do? Oh. Grunge War, 200 centimeters. Yeah. We'll edit that game out in the in the cutting room.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny.
No.